Namaste, Jai Bharat. Trump contemplates of imposing 500% tariff on Bharat. Fine. And what's his plea? Don't buy from Russia. Well, my Prime Minister is wise, not impulsive, not fool. He is a settled Indian in his mind. You just can't provoke him. That's the only thing which Trump knows. Interestingly, uh, Trump appears to have a very bloated ego. Well, somebody who is egoist will be egoist. You cannot show him any reason. So the trade deal must have been set and was on his table, and he indirectly sends a message to my Prime Minister. You give me a call. Well, that he wants to satisfy his ego. Not just that. There's a danger in calling him. Suppose my Prime Minister calls him and tells, why, Mr. President, can't you get that thing settled? That is sufficient for him. The next moment he will tweet, Prime Minister Modi had begged me, requested me to help me, so I generously help. And that kind of lie he speaks. He will make that. So it's risky to talk to him. I would personally feel risky to talk to him. Operation Sindoor, the whole thing, 50 to 60 times, Pakistan calls US, pleading, beseeching, begging to somehow end the war. Then the vice president talks to, I think, our military man. And then, of course, we ask them to talk to us. But the next day, what's the story going on? Still, he repeats the story that he ended the Indo Bharat Pakistan battle. He says, he claims he ended Operation Sindoor. With such person, there is no question of taking risk. He would say anything. If you make a phone call, then the interpretation could be to any extent, anything. He would simply say that, they have requested me and I granted. With such people, the less you speak, the better. So many verbal fireworks, so many narratives. You can't trust. Because most likely he speaks without thinking much. He just spills out or spells out his emotions as it comes to his mind. It's something like the Pakistani ignoramus talks things. This Pakistani society is convinced they won. They're convinced that they won the Operation Sindoor against Bharat. They're convinced they have destroyed so many of our aircraft. They're convinced that Bharat can't do anything to them. And then what to do with these people? Let them remain convinced and be happy. Until their nose is cut, they'll continue scratching the nose. That's the only thing. So we just can't interact with such people who would create fantasies and makes a story about it. Look, this is the situation. He's indirectly telling you call. And if you call, this is what he is going to do. So it is safe not to call. Because their promise also doesn't stand anything. Today they say something and tomorrow they'll change it. So why should I lose our integrity, etc.? And then they planned oppositions in our nation who would coerce the administration to speak. This, of course, did not work. It doesn't work. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Sri Ram.